Hi, this is Mark with Right Line Trading. It is on March 26, 2015. I did not make a video yesterday. Yesterday we had a $700 drawdown. Just a whole combination of things. Trades that we couldn't book because we didn't get a pullback. I'll show you what those are. Um, um, just some bad luck where we got top ticked. It was just really a miserable day. But we made it all back today. So we're back on track. And today was not an easy day to trade, but at this point, none of them are. Now, the first trade I took was this break of the 15 right here. This is on gold. The 15 was heading down hard. Background bias was red. Order flow and momentum to the downside. The 50 was flat. I know it was green, but next candle was yellow, which means I looked up at the slope, so it was negligible. We pushed down for 15. Now, this was a great re-entry right here, but I was a little scared to do it because of the pivot. Trading into unbroken pivots is something I really try to avoid. Now, this was a trade I potentially should have taken, which just marginally oversold, and I just decided not to, and it pushed down really nicely for 17. Then, this was just a trade I was reviewing with the room. In retrospect, this was probably also a nice trade, a break of the 50. Unlike this one, there was no background bias, but still, you had the 50 flat, the 15 down, order flow and momentum with you, and it went 22 ticks, and that was it. So a nice potential entry here, slightly oversold entry here, and then we got the 16 tick win there. Then on natural gas, you can see here we had an enormous trading day. I just had this 12 ticks. Market went down, retraced, and then pushed down for 12 ticks. And that was the only trade on natural gas. Then we had a lot of trades on crude. A lot of huge trades too. Now, right here was the second trade that I took. I had a first winner. I like this trade to the downside, and it gave me a full loser. I didn't even close it on a reversal candle. I had such hope that ultimately we'd come back, but we had this move to the downside, this retracement, and then this continuation right off the 50 with the 50 down and the 15 down, and that's a full candle body, which tells you that there's a lot of selling conviction and background bias. But it didn't go. It came right back up and stopped me out. Then I had the move down and the retracement. This is not oversold. The MA diff here is only 8. The candle's fairly tight to the 15. And bam, I mean, that was a nice trade and a loser. 2 losers in a row. Then I took this break of the 50 to the upside. Order flow and momentum. And also it's a C engulfing candle right off the 50. Those are just terrific entries. 15's up. 50's flat. We'll take it. Order flow and momentum. Up to the downside, 37 ticks. Then this was a very aggressive short I took. No background bias. And it was probably a trade I should have avoided. Then I took this trade. I re-entered again, and it went 8 ticks with no pullback. Now, we do the pullback trade because We have the NTD trade execution platform formatted to only execute a trade on a one-tick pullback. It triggers at one tick below candle close, but it must pull back in order to actually execute the trade. That's so. I mean, we do in our trading room things that nobody else does in their trading room. I mean, other trading rooms, they give you an entry and they let you do the work on getting in. You can get it on a market order, a limit order, a buy stop, a sell stop limit, but they don't take responsibility for you getting in the trade, and we do. So this is 2 trades now that we didn't book because there was no pullback to get our room traders into it. A +8 and a +17. Right there, that's about $350 in net equity that we're not going to take. Then we had this really nice move, retracement, and down for 17 ticks. Really pretty trade. Then we had another one. Down, up, push down for 10 ticks. Then this is really another no pullback, +16 ticks. If you see that this is the entry, there's no wick on the candle. No one, like I said, we take responsibility for getting you in the entries. No, we didn't book it. And this was one of the first trades I've taken off our new chase dots. The modified 15 was yellow, but we had the okay to take it on the dot. And bam, 16 ticks. No pullback. I mean, tell me anyone else is going to do that, and I will give you an ice cream sandwich. Then we had crude just push up. We weren't trading now. We started trading again right around 1:30. Crude had already made a big move up. And this was our last trade. I came back into the afternoon. I wanted to get one more winner. We had the move to the downside, the retracement, and down for 24 ticks. That was our last trade of the day. So we closed out with a nice winner. That trade scared me because it came all the way back. I didn't take it out on a reversal candle, hit the 50, acting as nice resistance, and then formed this beautiful engulfing candle and shot the trade down. On the ES, we had 2 winners. None of them big, though. Now, this was a break of the 50 I should have taken. This is really a big miss. It's an engulfing candle, C engulfer, right off the 50. You have the 50 up, the 15 up. Everything's going in your favor. It's crazy. I didn't take that trade. But I got this trade right here. Now, because of our ATM, we had the move down, the retracement. When we hit our first target, our stop goes to break even, so it took me out at 4, and then the trade ran 14 ticks. And then I had this very tiny trade here. Let's move to the upside, the retracement, and it just went 3 ticks. Never broke the pivot. Of course, I could have re-entered here, but out of fear of the pivot, I didn't, and it just broke right through. No way to be able to predict that. Then on the Russell, we had some great trades, and I tried a little bit too much finesse, which is never good when you're day trading. Stay conservative. I missed this at, this was the auto trader took this. This was an auto trader win for 19 ticks. I took this trade, again, 17 tick, no pullback. We don't book it. It doesn't count as a win. About $750 today in trades in which we don't book because we don't have a pullback. Then I felt that that the Russell was in such a funk that when it rolled over, it would just come right back down. And it just ran me over. Then I came and when it hit the 50, I figured it would come right back down, and it ran me right over. You see, this candle engulfs that candle. This candle engulfs that candle, but it's just not enough confirmation. So this turned out to be a lot of money I gave back to the market. Then we had this beautiful trade for 21 ticks. You can see it's the move up, down, up for 21. And that was it. So for the day, we had a lot of trades. Unfortunately, too many trades. Now the no pullbacks don't execute, so they don't really count as anything, except that I took them, called them. So today we had 14 trades, 9 winners and 5 losers, 3 winners with no pullback. Crude plus 37 ticks, 1 off at 6, 1 contract off at 11, 1 off at 25. Then we had a plus 17, 1 off at 6, 1 off at 11, 1 off at 13. Then I had a plus 10, 1 off at 6, 2 off at 1, plus 24 ticks, 1 off at 6, 1 off at 11, 1 off at 15. Then I had 3 minus 9s on crude. 3 of those were those, not those finesse trades, but one was a very aggressive continuation short on a rising 50. And the other was a trade I liked that just broke to the downside right off the 50, and it just didn't go. And then we had an 8-tick no pullback and a 16-tick no pullback. On gold, plus 16, 1 at 6, 1 contract off at 11, 1 at 13. The Russell, 21 ticks, 1 off at 6, 1 off at 11, 1 off at 13. Then I had those 2 losers where I was trying to finesse that bounce off the 50, minus 9, minus 7. Then I had the 17-tick no pullback. Then on natural gas, I had 11 ticks, 1 off at 6, 1 off at 11, 1 off at 3. And then on the ES, I had a small trade of 3 ticks, 2 contracts off at 3, 2 contracts off at 0, and then 4 ticks, 2 off at 2 and 1 off at 4. And this is 1 off at 3, not 2. This is 2 off at 3, 1 off at 4. And our net ticks today were 100, not including the no pullbacks, which would have given us about 140 ticks. Now our net equity was $690. Ran up a lot of commissions today, but we made a lot of money. And the auto trader had 1 trade, 1 winner for $300. So we wound up having one of our few negative days yesterday, and today, just by staying in with it, our signals are great. We just have to stay conservative. I'm talking to myself. And we wound up making almost $700 today. Obviously we're going to give some back in commissions, but we lost about $700 yesterday. So we're flying. We have a good day tomorrow. We're still going to have a $1,000 net equity week. And that's what we're looking for. We will have 2 trading days more next week for March, and hopefully we can pay our commissions for the month with those 2 days. So listen, I welcome everyone to come into the room. We're very transparent, and we're very trader friendly. We're not looking to post big numbers. We're only interested in posting numbers on trades that you get into. That's why those no pullback trades don't get booked. They don't appear anywhere on our spreadsheet, and we dump them. And it's very tough to trade that way. When you take a trade with a no pullback and it goes 25 ticks, it's a lot of headwind in my face every day because I must get the pullbacks or I don't get everyone in the room into the trade, and that's what we're looking for. So go to www.rightlinetrading.com. There you'll see a link to our daily net equity in the trading room, our link to our daily net equity with our Russell Gold and Crude Auto Trader. We have another link for the daily net equity for our ES Auto Trader, who's only taken 1 trade so far. Just missed taking 1 yesterday by a few ticks, but that 1 trade netted almost $900 in profit on 1 trade. We also have a link to the Contact Us page and a link to sign up for our free trial. You can call us you can email us at info@rightlinetrading.com or call us at 1-855-765-6681. And there's a webinar tonight. If you care to join us, just sign up. You should have a link. If you don't, send us an email. We'll give you a link. It's about the practical application of candlestick formations to day trading. Everyone have a wonderful afternoon, and I look forward to seeing everyone in the trading room tomorrow. Take care.